All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be going over day 13 out of 15 for the league's reveals. It's a very nice reveal today. We're going to be looking at the combat relics. So let's get right into it. Once again, this video will contain spoilers. I also want to give a shout out to all of you guys. Thank you for 100 subscribers. I have something kind of cool coming up, PVM related, kind of leagues related, but on the main game. So I look forward to releasing that video later, either today or for tomorrow. But for now, let's just get into the leagues video, and thank you so much. Wait, let me just move this for you. The last stand. If damage would reduce you to 0 HP for the next 10 seconds, you cannot be reduced to 0 HP. Oh, it's like stasis. Do you still attack? Ooh! Alright, for all the special attack people, this is great as well if you pair it with Arceus to get Depth Charge, since you already have an innate Depth Charge. Let's go into the blog and see what we have going on. So we have the Last Stand relic. You gain the Last Stand ability, works as follows. If damage would reduce you to 0, you're reduced to 1 instead. Your combat stats are instantly boosted to 255, but begin draining rapidly back down to their base level. I just gotta point out, if you do the Inferno and you have like the range relic for tier 6 and you have a twisted bow and you just go start shooting Zuck right at the beginning of the fight, and if he hits you and this procs and then you have 255 range with a 2-tick T-bow that never misses, you actually can go straight up to Zuck. Like it starts, you walk right up to him and then you just shoot him and then you get like 5 T-bow shots as well. I feel like that's what's going on over here. So yeah, if you don't have that kind of DPS, you should still be able to do things like Inferno clears. Echo bosses as well with this relic should also be relatively tame for you to actually approach any difficult content that you're scared of or struggle with in the main game. This is really good for you, especially since it's so forgiving. You get 10 seconds of immunity and you get the bigger thing for me is you get 255 levels. So for me, I would be like, yo, let's just proc it regardless. Even if I don't get the immunity afterwards, I just want the stats. The stat bonus is crazy. For the next 16 ticks after this ability is activated, you cannot be reduced to 0 HP. 16 ticks on a 2-tick weapon, so the tier 5 passives for combat masteries on any of the styles that you go for is 8 attacks. So you get free 8 attacks of just sitting there, or 16 attacks if you have like a 1-tick blowpipe. When the effect ends, all incoming damage is nullified and the player is healed based on the damage they dealt over the last 16 ticks. You're going to get full HP. You just are. There's no way you're not going to do like 100 damage in that amount of time with all the league stuff we have. Once the ability is used, it cannot be used again until you die or 3 minutes have passed. Okay. So last leagues we had something similar where you get revived and you do like a big retribution explosion. This case we get boosted stats instead. So yeah, it's pretty strong. But let's see what the others are. Guardian is the same thing that we had for last leagues, where you get like a super empowered thrall. It's like a little AI thing that can choose the appropriate style. Like it will melee handed Ohm, it will mage the mage handed Ohm, that sort of thing. Guardian Horn. This item will allow you to summon a powerful Guardian Thrall lasting for 30 minutes. Pretty good. What people did, the way they manipulated this was every time they used the horn, their companion would be summoned and be able to attack right away. But its cooldown in between attacks was slower than just resummoning it over and over again. So that's what a lot of people were doing. The people that are really chasing like insane speed runs, that sort of thing. The Guardian will attack your target with whatever style it's weak to. When you're in multi-combat, it will cast an AoE attack if the target is weak to range or mage. Guardian stats are min hit 5, max hit 13, attack speed is 4, and accuracy is 45,000. So it'll probably hit like all the time, I'm assuming. The Guardian does not work in PvP, and the Relic will work inside the Gauntlet. This is really big for a Gauntlet. However, this time around, if you complete the Gauntlet, is it one time? I forgot if it's like a guaranteed drop or not, but when you get the Echo Orb for the Gauntlet, you will just be able to skip all the prep and you'll just be able to fight the boss. So it's kind of just like you get an easier time fighting the boss inside the Gauntlet. So that's pretty neat. The DPS for this is like... Sorry, so I did some calculations. The average damage for a Thrall every time it attacks is 1.5 damage. And for this Guardian, it is 9. So it's like you have 6 Thralls at once attacking all the time for 30 minutes at a time. And you can resummon it all the time as well. So huge DPS. This is a huge DPS increase. I'm not sure how it competes with this. The thing with Last Stand is that it has a 3-minute cooldown, or you have to sacrifice yourself in order to get the stat boost again. The stat boost is like a huge burst compared to this. This is definitely more useful for things like chambers or anything that's like long form content that you want to do quicker. But this is definitely good for just as a safety net and huge burst. Very compelling relic so far. The third relic is Specialist. We were all waiting for a special attack relic to come in. You gain the following benefits to special attacks. All special attacks cost 20% and have 100% accuracy. For each failed accuracy roll with a special attack, gain 10% special attack energy. Whenever you kill an NPC, restore 15% special attack. So you have a default def charge. This goes crazy with mobs. So if you're like around Lumbridge and you're killing a bunch of goblins, then you're just getting all your special attack back right away. This could be really cool with things like Din's Bulwark, just like smacking everything, or Dragon 2H and having that multi effect for your melee without having to have everything clumped up in one tile. That could be really cool. I'm probably not going to abuse this heavily, but I'm really curious how other people will. How does this work for Zerai Crossbow though? Because I will have access to it. For each failed roll, gain 10% and everything costs 20. If you have a light bearer with this, then you effectively do have 5 like 100% accuracy attacks for a boss before you need to recharge your special attack. The awkward thing here is if you fight like an echo boss and they don't summon minions or something like that, then you will have to wait for your special attack energy to go back up. So it's not... This is really strong for instances where you need to fight multiple NPCs at the overtime, so like the Inferno, that sort of stuff as well. But if you're doing Inferno, I feel like I would rather have Guardian, or even more so Last Stand. For me, I just don't think I'm going to take this, especially since I'm going to be melee focused and my regions are mostly going to be probably going to be Varlamore, Mauritania, and Tyranwin. And the only special attack stuff I can think of over there is like the mage based stuff, like the Nightmare Staves. And that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. And I'll have like the Soul Staff as well, which does not use special attack. So I literally don't have a use for this. Personally, I won't be taking it. On my range build, I'm still not sure that I would be taking it. I would definitely take this if you're running like a Din's build or something, if you have access to Karen. Like there's going to be mega funny implications with this relic for sure. Me personally, not too interesting. Guardian is really compelling because it's just flat DPS. However, you kill everything so quickly. The thing is, I just don't... If I'm taking Last Stand, my whole purpose for taking Last Stand would be to die on purpose to get the stat boost, which could be really fun, especially if you have like Darox. Like imagine that you go down to 1 HP and you have Darox, and then you just do like the ultimate hit on an Echo boss or something, just delete it with like Echo procs and stuff. That could be really funny. The Guardian is like super consistent. I feel like I'm going to possibly regret choosing one over the other, but I can't possibly know. I'm leaning towards Guardian though on this one. What are you guys going to pick from these 3 combat relics? Do let me know. They are pretty compelling, all of them. They're all pretty cool. I imagine this will be like the last relic tier, so tier 7. They haven't announced if there's going to be a tier 8 or anything, but yeah, I'm just curious what you guys are going to pick. I'm leaning towards Guardian. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'll see you guys another time. See you later.